Hey guys, what's up? This is YouTube Vids. You all know me for my Madden simulations. In the past, we've also done some Tecmo Bowl or Tecmo Super Bowl simulations. That is, we've also done some Tecmo ones as well, and other like older Madden game simulations. So one neat thing that I thought I would do as kind of an off-stream type thing is to do a Tecmo Super Bowl tournament. So similar to other tournaments that we've done in Madden or in hockey and NHL as well. You know, I wanted to take that same type of idea and apply that here to Tecmo Super Bowl. Now again, this is the 1991 version of Tecmo Super Bowl, so it's with the 28 teams that were in the NFL at that point in time. So you don't have like the Panthers, Jaguars, and you know the other newer teams. So, and of course the location of the team, some of the teams are different as well, blah blah blah. Either way, it's 28 teams, 14 AFC, 14 NFC. The way I set this up, similar to what we've done with simulations in the past, is I put the list of AFC teams in a random list generator and generated the matchups that way. The only thing that I tried to make sure of, and was like 99% possible, was try to ensure that teams from the same division did not play each other in the first round. So that was what it went into generating the list. So I double checked the list to make sure that we didn't have the two teams from the same division. Although there was one, I think, that slipped by me. So unfortunately we have one that slipped by. The divisions were different back then, so you may not even recognize which one it is. But in fact, Miami and Indianapolis were actually in the same division back at the time. So that is a division matchup from back then. But all the other games, as best I can tell, I double checked all the rest of them. There are no division matchups that take place in the first round. So I'm gonna pre-record, like I said, I'm gonna pre-record all of the games and then upload them to YouTube for you to watch at your leisure. You know, if you don't want to watch certain games, that's perfectly fine. You know, if you want to follow a certain team, whatever, which most people do, that's perfectly fine. Do that. But I'm gonna post them regardless, and I'm gonna put them in a playlist for people to follow along with. So if this is your kind of thing, if you like watching some of the retro style stuff, be sure to follow along with that series as it progresses. My plan is to post at least one game every day, probably before the stream or after, it doesn't matter. Just I'm gonna post one game every day, and then update this bracket as we go along. So again, if you guys are into retro games, I hope you really enjoy this tournament, and depending upon what kind of feedback I get from this tournament, we can consider doing something like this during the live streams.